In this video, I'm going to crank up the snowblower for the first time this season. We've had you can see just a little spattering of snow here, but I haven't started this since last year. And I'm going to it has zero gas in it. I always drain and run the gas out of it and change oil in it at the end of every season. So I'm going to put some gas in it and fire it up because they're predicting major snow next week just before Christmas. And they've been pretty consistent on their forecasts of about 5, 6 inches and maybe Thursday of next week. And it's been, like I say, I've been looking at other weather things and weather patterns and whatnot. So there's a good chance we're going to get the snow. And I don't want a day of snow, put gas in it and find out the needle and seat needs to be replaced, or it doesn't start, or there's some issue with it. So, you know, it's 1976, so it's not exactly new anymore. So I just kind of want to make sure it's all in good working order before we get the snow. So I'm going to put some gas in it, check the oil, and crank it up. And it is cold out, and it's in the 20s, mid 20s, and windy. So let me put some gas in it, and we'll get the oil checked, and I'll video starting it up for the first time of the season, see how it does. True to what my dad always said, if it doesn't overflow and run all over the place, I don't have it full. Yeah, I have a tendency to overflow fuel tanks on this kind of stuff, so let me just wiggle it and get some air pockets out so I can put the gas cap on, wipe up the spilt gas, and then take it out and check the oil and see if it'll take off. I spray it down with WD-40 before I store it for the winter, or the summer I mean, so the oil on the muffler and stuff will probably smoke and burn off, but that just prevents things from rotting out on it during the summer, like the muffler. All right, let's check the oil. And this is a Tecumseh Snow King. It's a 5-horse, and you fill these up with the fill cap like there until it's level, and that is full oil. So we got oil. I like even though I changed oil in the spring when I'm done with it for the season, I still like to check it in case it leaked out or something happened. Because when I got the snowblower, because the previous owner thought he'd changed the oil in the spring, he drained it out and then never refilled it, and didn't check the oil in the fall when he went to start it and seized the motor. So I got the snowblower with a seized engine. It looks like it probably used a new muffler anyway. It looks like it's maybe leaking exhaust back in behind that carburetor heater. I'll take that off sometime, and if the muffler's rotted out, I'll replace it. It's the original muffler from the 76 engine. Put a short block on it, which was a block assembly. I used the head, carburetor, starter, everything off the original engine. And so I'll turn the key on, put the throttle up, give it a choke. This has electric start, but I'm too far from the outlet, so hopefully they'll get it up on compression. Hopefully the recoil will light it off. Sit there and warm up a bit. I'll just idle it down for a little bit. When I put it, I think I said I put a lot. It's a short block is what they call it. And like I say, I'd use the ignition. I took this on a trade. The guy had, like I say, ran it without the oil in the motor. And I've had this thing for, God, 30 years anyway. I've had it a long time. But anyway, I took it on trade for another snowblower that I'd fixed up to sell. And I thought, this is a pretty decent machine. It's got a cast iron gearbox, and really a quality machine, so that's why I bought a short block for it and decided to keep it. I bought that engine brand new. It was like at the time it was probably, the short block was around $100, I think. So it was well worth putting, you know, a short block engine on. It's basically the block assembly, rotating components. Like I say, use the flywheel, ignition, recoil, muffler, carburetor head, fuel tank, everything off the original engine. So anyway, alright, we'll add to this video if we get some snow and use it. Just issued us a winter storm watch, so I'm going to get this thing back out of the shed. I started it a few days ago in the earlier clip in the video, and I'll just add on to this if I end up using it to snow blow. I'll do a little video of snow blowing. This doesn't have a primer or anything, it's just a choke, and it's hard to pull in this little shed, so it may not start. If it doesn't, I'll just push it out and start it. Contemplating getting a generator out too, because they're talking about blizzard conditions, so I'm thinking of putting it in the garage also. I think I might just do that. Ready to go, just sitting inside the door here. Hopefully, you know, I may not even need it. They predict these winter storms and then we don't get them, and like I say, they're predicting blizzard conditions too. I'll use the electric starter here. It's just easier. I can just open the door outlet right there, plug it in, hit the button, go right out the door and put the blower on and start cleaning. I ended up bringing the generator in too, because they're predicting 50-60 mile an hour winds with the snowstorm, and it ran here once out in the yard 7 days non-stop. I put a bigger muffler on it to, you know, because these engines are just loud with their factory Briggs and Stratton mufflers that say 10 horsepower Briggs and Stratton. It's a 2000. I bought it new at Home Depot, and they had an ad in the newspaper for them, and it was a mistype or something. It said $99, and I ran down there and they'd put them all in the overhead, and I'm like, well, this is what the ad says, and they pulled one down, and yeah, I paid 99 bucks for it. Brand new. And I've put in Savannah, I used it a lot from when we got tropical storms. The hour meter says, I don't know if you can read that or not, 247 hours, and I put that on quite a while after I had it, so I bet it has at least 300 hours on it. Well, we didn't get the blizzard storm they were predicting. It did drop more than 24 millibars in 24 hours, so we did get a bomb cyclone. Actually, it dropped 30 millibars in 24 hours, but they were predicting 50-60 mile an hour winds and 6-8 inches of snow. Well, we got enough to barely cover the grass, and about 20-30 mile an hour winds. Last night it was 42 and raining pretty darn hard. The water was really beating up on the escape. And then I woke up this morning, it was 3, and like I say, I'll show you the snow. Not enough to really run the snow blower. I'll probably just take the shovel, and because it is windy out, so it is blowing around. So you can kind of see the grass still showing through. You can see where the frozen water had beat it up all over the escape, so that's going to probably be a chore to get into that, but yeah, you can see there isn't very much snow here. It's maybe an inch there, and you know, and then it's just blowing around. Now it's supposed to get windier, and I brought those in too so they wouldn't blow over. But it is supposed to get windier as the day goes on. They said the highest winds today will be between noon and 9 p.m. and it's 11 a.m. So who knows, we might still end up using this, but I do think the weatherman hyped up the storm much more than what it is, so I could have left all this in the shed. And really, yeah, I'm glad I would have brought the snowblower in no matter what. When they predict snow, you never know. But the generator I could have left in the shed. But anyway, we'll make a future video of running this when we actually need it. And if we do lose power, I'll make a little bit of video of getting this thing going. I brought one of the, I keep 3 of these on hand full of gas in case, you know, because if we lose power, the gas stations lose power, and you don't have gas for your generator, they don't run. So I usually keep about 15 gallons, and I just dump 5 gallons into the car or the truck every few months and freshen them up, keeps them fresh, and that way I have gas for the generator if needed. I did decide to run the snow blower because there's more snow than what I thought. I got to shoot aim down a bit so I don't get snow blowing all over me. The wind, you gotta kind of aim the chute down a little bit. The snowblower thaw out. I'll put a towel down on the floor to catch water. I have a pan to set it on, but it's up in the garage. I'll have to get it down so it doesn't leave water all over the floor in here. But yeah, it's brutal out there. It's like 7 degrees with 20-30 mile an hour winds that are supposed to increase. They say the wind chill's 15 below. It's definitely biting out there. The snow along the side of the house was drifted about 1 foot deep, so that's why I got the snow blower out, just make it easier on myself. Tried to clean the car off a little bit, got all the C9s turned on. You know, it's snowing out, so why not, right? I like it when we get the big snows that pile up on the tree. But seeing we're close to Christmas and This may be the only snow we get for Christmas, so I'll make a little video with the lights. These are the candles I restored in a past video. I'll put a link in the description. Guess this thing's a little silly blowing around. Yeah, the snow has already drifted along here. You can see where that was where it was about a foot deep right along this path here. It kind of drifts there. Yeah, I got LEDs. These shrubs had grown and I couldn't find any red incandescents, so I put some LEDs in here, and they're maybe 2 weeks old and they've already crapped out. So I guess I'll just take them out and throw them away. I'm not going to horse with them. I hate LED lights because they don't work in the outdoor weather. The leads for the bulb are iron, and you get a little moisture and they just stop working. Thankfully I bought an extra set. I bought more than what I thought I would need. So I'm going to rip that set out and throw them away and put this set in the shrub, because you know this is the day before Christmas Eve, and that's when the looks like just looks silly with lights out, because everything else looks nice and you got one shrub that looks like heck. So I'm gonna rip them out, throw them away, and we're gonna put a new set in, and then I'm gonna have to hunt for old incandescent reds in estate sales, because the new lights just don't last. They're just absolute garbage. Yeah, that looks much better with them all lit up. But it's cold out here, I'm telling you. It's wind chill of 15. My hands are numb already, and I've just been out here for a minute. Alright, good enough. I came out here and plugged them in, and only half the set lit. And then I started straightening the set out so I could start to wind it up, and the rest came on, and it was when I was kind of where the set was not illuminated anymore, that last bulb. So if I take a bulb out, okay, so that's where they're illuminated to, was to that, from that bulb on. That part was out, and when I straightened them out, they came on. So maybe there was, see, those are iron and they rust, and then they make poor connection, and then they go out. But I'm kind of wondering if there was ice in one, because it rained a 1/4 inch last night, and then it in the 40s, and then it froze. So maybe one of the sockets had ice in it that was causing it not to illuminate. So anyway, well, we'll still have an extra set. I'll wind them up and put them away. I guess they're okay. Yeah, as much as I don't like LED lights, I just strung them across here. We'll see how long they last. If they continue to illuminate, I'll just save them for a spare string for next year. So if I have a set that goes out like that, it's just, when it's cold and snowy, it's just easier to change the set than try and fix it out in the bush. I think that's going to do it for this video. So Merry Christmas to everybody. I'll probably make another video of the lights. We're supposed to get another inch of snow maybe by tomorrow. It's supposed to be snowy and windy, and like I say, the highest winds are predicted from now until 9 p.m. and they are predicting some more snow showers. But I think the only additional snow we're going to get is what's blowing around like next to the house. We might have to just run the snow blower once down through there. I'm not going to take the shovel and do a foot of snow and 15 below wind chill, when I can just, the time it takes me to walk down there with the snow blower, I can have it cleaned off, or it would take me 20 minutes with the shovel to clean it off. So that's why I'm not going to shovel it. I will use the snow blower, which is pretty much all thawed out now. Might be still a little bit in the, no, it's all thawed out, and I put a towel there, but I'll dig out my tray I put it on, so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make a sloppy mess in the garage. But anyway, I'm gonna call it a day on the video. If you like the video, definitely hit the like button. If you like my channel, that 348 engine icon that pops up there will subscribe you. And thank you for watching, and keep an eye out. I'll try and put up a video of just the lights once it gets dark with some of the snow. Again, thank you for watching.